99.9 FM. You're listening to ToolZ on the Midday Show. I have got a guest in the studio with me, and we're going to be talking about digital bananas technology. So, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. So, can I get you to introduce yourself and tell us who you are,
Okay.
what you do?
So my name is Keji Giwa, the founder and CEO of a company called Digital Bananas Technology, and we offer digital transformation solutions and digital marketing solutions within the UK and also emerging markets. So Nigeria being part of that emerging market, and also we provide e-work experience within the digital space to candidates who want to build their digital skills through a sister company called Career Insights.
Okay. All right. Now, I know what digital means, but there might be a few people listening that are not quite familiar with that term. So what exactly does digital mean in your world?
Okay. Well, in my world and also kind of everybody's world as well. So digital is electronic technology that generates, stores, and processes data. Now that's the technical term. But in a layman's term, is taking a manual process and digitizing it. So for example, you would write a letter once upon a time and post it to a friend or post it to someone. Today, you can send an email. So it's digitizing every way that we do things in order to make life easier and a lot more efficient.
Okay, so in terms of Nigeria, it seems as though we need some form of, some more forms or some more ways to totally digitalize everything. So this is more like a digital transformation. So where are we lacking? What do we need to work on? Where are we doing quite well?
Okay. So here's some good news first of all, and I've been saying this for quite a while. Nigeria is actually leading the world when it comes to mobile penetration. We actually account for 76% of mobile penetration in the world.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
So wait, let's break that down again in layman's terms. So that means what exactly? What?
It means. Oh, I'll let you.
Okay, so does that mean that of all the people in the world that own mobile phones, 76% of them are in Nigeria?
No. So in terms of mobile penetration, all over the world, so Nigeria accounts for 76% of the highest number of people that are connected on mobile compared to the rest of the world.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. I was getting scared there.
But it's also it's interesting because what that means is you have in the UK, companies are told to have a mobile first strategy as they move towards digital transformation all over the world within the West. And they're hoping that everyone, 100% of people, would have access to internet. To access the internet by their mobile phone. In Nigeria, that's 76% already. So the opportunity that mobile technology creates for businesses is already created here. So it's almost as if this is a land full of gold and we can literally maximize the opportunity. The question now is, do we have the digital skills and the technical know-how to achieve that? And I think that's where we're mostly lacking, but we're beginning to gain momentum.
For a business owner, who is, let's say, a bit of a technophobe, how important is it to take this into consideration? How important is it to, make sure that you are on top of your marketing digitally and what have you?
Yeah, it's extremely important because, let's look at first one. This is why it's so important to look at that mobile market share. If all of your customer base sits down and watches TV, you would want your marketing to target people that are watching TV. Now, right now, as we speak, people spend 131 minutes on mobile compared to 100 minutes on TV.
Oh.
So mobile is actually surpassing attention on television. So when you think about it, as a business, not being able to take advantage of that space, of that target market, literally puts you at a disadvantage. And the business that is actually taking advantage of that would definitely gain more market share, start to increase more sales, and most likely be a lot more customer centric in terms of getting more business and making their customers a lot much happier.
Interesting. And how does this digital transformation, how does it benefit the government? We've talked about, businesses, corporate organizations. How does it benefit us to when it comes to the growth of our economy?
Okay, so digital transformation looks at three things. It looks at customer centricity, operational efficiency, and business model. Within the government, one area that they were looking at is operational efficiency. the fact that you could actually drive down operational costs and be a lot more efficient by digitizing and automating all of their activities. Now, if we can achieve that, then what would happen is the waste that we spend and the time it takes to get things done would reduce dramatically, and the government would be a lot more efficient, thereby creating more opportunities for everyone. And that is the advantage of looking into digital transformation in regards to the government. But then, if the government can also look at the value it adds to the economy, because we're no longer living in the industrial age, we're living in a digital age and operating in a digital economy. So if the government can look at the digital economy and see it as, look, this is an opportunity for us to tap into and also enable us to operate on a global scale, open us to global business, then it also grows the economy as well.
Okay, let me get you to give us an example. Okay, so let me think of a government agency, the passport office, for example.
Yes.
So how would this digital transformation, how would it change what happens in a passport office?
Simple answer. Just like we mentioned earlier, how do you in the old days we used to send letters by post. It can take 2 days to get to you. The email is instant. Same thing with applying for a passport. It takes what? I don't know, about a week or months to get it here.
Why is it still taking us like 3 years or something?
And that is because we've not digitized it. If we take advantage of the digital technology available to us, we could digitize it, make it a lot more efficient, and it's also easy to track and also manage. And then we now have data, so you'd realize that protection in terms of protecting us becomes easier because we can find you wherever you are, because we now have a passport that has been digitized, so it's electronic data, and we're not giving it to you unless we know exactly where you live and we can prove where you live, kind of a thing. So the opportunity you get as a result of digitizing not only puts you in a position where you can be a lot more efficient, but also make the country a lot more secure as well. And those are the opportunities that you have. So me applying for a passport doesn't take too long. Me applying for a passport doesn't take too long anymore. And by the way, if I lose my passport, I can easily get one replaced without having to travel to another state to get it. So those are the opportunities that you have.
Don't you have to go to, I know if you get, when you get married, you have to go to Abuja or something, and it's just like a very long and tedious process. So why is there such a gap? I mean, there are other countries that you can get your passport in a day.
Yes,
if you have an emergency. So why is there such a gap between us and those countries?
Well, once again, very plain and simple, it's a manual process right now, and if we could digitize it, then it will be as quickly as getting it in a day. So the question now is the government ready to digitize and automate everything that we do?
We hope so. We hope so,
yes.
All right, so from what we've heard, there seems to be a massive digital skill gap in Nigeria. So how can we bridge that gap?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Well, here's the good news. It's not just a massive digital skill gap in Nigeria, but it's a massive digital skill gap all over the world. Now, what we have done is we've created a platform called eWork Experience that enables everyone to be able to gain practical work experience within the digital space and build their digital expertise regardless of where they are in the world. And what that now enables everyone, especially in Nigeria, to be able to do is sit at home, like you're working right now, and right after work, just log in and you can interact with the international community and work on live projects within the digital space, and then build your digital expertise. So you're listening to video tutorials, you're listening to live lecturers, and then at the same time you're contributing to a digital project and building your skills at the same time. And that is, if you think about it, using digital to allow training to be accessible anytime, anywhere, but adding more value by giving something that we all lack, which is the experience. I finished university, I want to get a job, I can't get a job because I have no experience. Well, that opportunity is now available, and that's the beauty and the opportunity that digitization provides to us.
And I imagine it can also help people that have experience, but they want to gain more experience.
Exactly,
okay.
exactly.
Okay. Okay, so how is Digital Bananas helping companies digitally transform, and how is Career Insights helping people build their digital skills?
Okay, so I think in answering that question, it would be best to start from where we originated from. So Digital Bananas was created in 2012. It literally came from us coming up with a number of tech ideas and totally bonkers ideas, and realizing that, hold on a second, we would have to understand the capabilities, we call it digital capabilities, available to us to solve problems. And you realize you start coming up with ideas that are totally bananas. And that's how Digital Bananas came to be. That's how we came up with the name. But in the process, we were shortlisted for the 2012 Innovation Awards in Customer Experience. And that was pretty awesome.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. And as a result of that, we were then able to show clients how they can use digital technology and also create a digital strategy to be a lot more customer centric and integrate into their customers' lifestyle. Now, what do I mean by that? It's very simple. I'm constantly on my phone. I don't know if you go to dinner and everyone is having dinner and everyone's on the phone.
Everywhere. Dinner, parties, club,
Exactly.
church, everywhere.
And once upon a time, it used to be considered rude. Now it's perfectly normal.
Yeah.
You know, and why? Because my life is integrated into my phone. So as a business, if you can build an application that enables me to connect with your business, then you can integrate into my lifestyle, and then you're a lot more centric to my needs. And so we're able to use that to provide solutions to companies, and then tapped into the emerging markets, because like I said, Nigeria has so much opportunity, and that enabled us to also help major big multinationals in Nigeria to actually do the same as well. So that's what Digital Bananas does. So offers digital transformation solutions to corporations in the UK and also emerging market like Nigeria. If you now look at career insights, the beauty of career insights is we've opened the environment up. As we work with these clients, come and learn. Come and learn on the job and be trained on the job. And by the way, since you can't leave your job, log in, listen to the videos, gain experience, work with the international community, and then we will provide you with the employment reference to say that you have done A, B, and C. And that is why to date we have helped 4,000 people in the United Kingdom, in Dubai, in the United States, secure high-paying digital roles.
So you actually get professional qualifications after you
Yes.
experience be part of your work experience, e-work
Yes.
experience. Okay, so you mentioned that you've worked with different corporations. Do you tend to just work with large companies?
No, it's a number of, it literally ranges from SMEs to large corporations, but you will tend to find a lot more larger corporations really looking towards digital transformation. But I always tell SMEs, for example, yesterday an SME came to see us and they said, look, we saw the advantage of what data could do for us and we want you to show us more. So we encourage not just large corporations but also SMEs as well.
Okay, let's say I have like a fashion label. I've just started my own fashion label, and I understand the importance of getting the right people, interacting with the right people. How would you help me?
Okay, well, the first thing first is, where are your target audience?
They are, like you said, young people that have mobile phones, they use mobile phones regularly, that are on social media all the time.
Good.
So
And social media is a digital platform, is a digital channel.
Yeah.
In which you have a number of digital platforms like Facebook, like Instagram. Now the question is, if your customer base are constantly on those platforms, then how do you engage them? And that's where
I post it once a week.
Exactly. Exactly. And one of the good things about Instagram and also Facebook is it gives you insights into when your customers are online, what they're interested in, and how best to engage them. And by being able to grab that insight, it informs you on how to communicate, engage, and interact with them. And that eventually leads to you having more customers, which is something that traditional media mostly can't do for you. And that is the advantage that you as a small business will have in terms of using digital technology and literally digital marketing to grow your business.
And you probably get more for your money,
Oh yeah,
because
way more.
digital marketing is obviously cheaper than the traditional methods like TV, what have you, and it's more targeted.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, more targeted.
A lot more targeted.
Okay, so if I wanted to be a digital expert, what are the career opportunities available to me?
Okay,
and
good.
how can I build my skills?
So let's talk about the recent chap who just secured a job in Canada as a digital business analyst. He landed in Canada, within 28 days he got a job. He actually joined our platform in Nigeria. Now,
It's a true story.
a true story, absolutely true story. And the good thing about it is that when you come on the platform, you would actually meet it, because people don't leave the platform. They want to keep gaining experience. So what kind of opportunities are available to you? Well, every company, especially large companies that are going through a digital transformation initiative, literally need project managers to manage those projects. They need business analysts to manage those, to analyze those projects. They need data analysts to help them analyze their data and help them be a lot more, make an informed decision in terms of visualizing that data. So you would now realize that you have a number of opportunities where you can be a digital PM, a digital BA, a data analyst, a digital marketer, a social media manager, and the list goes on.
Actually, my job. Social media manager. Yes.
And it pays extremely well as well.
I know, it's crazy. It's amazing how, like, a few years ago, that role obviously didn't exist anywhere, and now people are getting, you know, good money for it. Okay, so how can people come on your platform, and what are the benefits of being on your platform?
Okay, so taking advantage of digital, all they need to do is go on Google and type in career insights, and it will come up first on the search results, and then just click on it and click apply and set up an account right away. So you don't need to literally, we have an office on Econ. You could decide to pop into the office and use the hub, or you can stay at home and set up your account and start using it straight away. It's just that simple. And the benefits of being on the platform is we've taken advantage of three things. One, we learn through training. So you have trainers who will train you, and they will train you online. You learn through reviewing what you've learned. So you have access to e-learning materials, video tutorials. And then we learn by doing, and that's you getting your hands involved, getting on the projects, and then attending meetings all online. And those are the three main benefits that help you to secure the experience. Then the last bit is do the work, and we'll provide you with the work experience. And that work experience is with our UK company, which is Digital Bananas UK. So that you can now use that to literally apply for any job anywhere in the world.
Interesting. Very, very nice. Very nice. All right. Where do you see Nigeria digitally in the next 5 to 10 years?
Great question. That's a really good question. Now, literally right now, as I mentioned to you before, it's a gold mine. Nigeria is a gold mine. A lot of businesses have not literally started tapping into the amount of resource and opportunities that we have within this digital space. We're a country that has 200 million people, of which 76% of them